Gemini. Welcome to May 2014. Now, we are past April, the most intense month of 2014. Yay! Moving forward, the astrology will continue to improve and the intensity will lessen. Now, May is an interesting month because Venus enters Aries on May 2nd, and now she is going to take her turn and go through and conjunct with Uranus, oppose Mars, and square Pluto. Venus is in Aries, so she's asking for you to live authentically, to live from your soul self, to live from your true self, and base your choices from the inside out. Allow success to be determined by your core values. As we enter May, we're in the cycle of Taurus, and Taurus rules what you love and value. Now, Taurus is 12 signs from you. So you're coming up on your birthday cycle, which means the energy is cycling down, and some of you may be very tired right now because you're noticing that you don't have as much energy as normal, whatever normal is. And that's because on your birthday, the most sacred day of the year, all of cosmos comes together and blesses you with new energy, and that's also your solar return, sun return to birth. And then you can get a solar return chart, solar return reading, and see what lies ahead for you in your solar year until your birthday of 2015. So it's a very important time. It's a good time to work behind the scenes. It's a good time to meditate, rest, work on your health, well-being, and vitality. And I'll go into that more in a minute. But first, Venus enters Aries on May 2nd. And she is activating this Grand Cross, asking for you to live your authentic best life, to live from your truth. Your ruling planet enters your sign. Mercury enters Gemini on May 7th. This is very good because this empowers you to be of focused mind, concentration, to speak your truth, to articulate well, to get the message out, to share your knowledge with others. And so it's wonderful to have Mercury in your sign. And Mercury loves being in Gemini. And so this is a very upbeat, positive energy. You'll be connecting with people this month and next month, really getting out networking and connecting and socializing and having fun and sharing your insight. Now, for those of you that are working with transiting Neptune in your chart, and you know, that has to do with those that have any planets, ascendant moon in Gemini, especially between the 3-degree and 10-degree mark, or those of you born at the end of May, you're really experiencing Neptune. When Neptune is squaring your sun or your moon or your planets, you don't know where anything's going. It doesn't mean anything's wrong. It's just that Neptune rules fog. It rules fantasy. It rules meditation and dreaming and creativity. It's very challenging to make long-range plans. It's very challenging to make commitments with Neptune on your personal planets because Neptune rules your highest ideals, but it doesn't rule how to get there. It doesn't show you how to get there. And it can also rule deception and being fooled and being in a fantasy, like you're the star of the movie and no one told you you were in a movie. So for those of you who've been really confused about where your life is going or where your career is going or your relationships, take your time, don't be in a hurry, and don't go by what people promise you or say. Behavior is the only truth. Pay attention to your inner voice. Pay attention to your gut instincts. Whatever your gut's telling you, whatever your instincts are telling you, that's the truth. You know, you may want to ignore it and gloss over the message, blissfully unaware that people are not on board with you as you thought. Neptune can have you believe that the fantasy is true. Don't assume anything. Don't assume your partner's on board. Don't assume your boss is on board. Don't assume other people understand you. Okay, be very clear in your communication with other people. And make sure you're clear with them, like you are all on the same page. okay? And this is really a big lesson for you in May, especially at your new moon. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But many of you have been wrestling with Neptune. And believe me, I've gone through my own Neptune transit, so I know how challenging it is. I think it's more challenging than Saturn because at least with Saturn, you know, you're tired, you're overwhelmed, you're exhausted. But with Neptune, you think everything's fine because everything appears to be well until you come to find out it's not what you thought it was at all. And then you're like so disappointed because you thought this person was your friend, or you thought that your husband wanted what you wanted. Come to find out, he wasn't telling you the truth because he didn't want to fight with you. So he's been, you know, placating or, you know, hiding and avoiding telling you the truth. And so it's really important that you are being very clear in your communication this month, and always, especially with Neptune now, squaring the Geminis, challenging the Geminis. Very important that you are clear in your communication and that others are clear with you. Okay? This is a big lesson for you now. So it is strong having Mercury in your sign, and you know, Mercury moving forward is also being challenged by Neptune at the you know, well in here into I would say, you know, that first week in May, you know, and you know, the 6th through the 9th. Pay attention to communication, what your boss is promising, what those in authority are promising, what your partner's promising, what your friends are promising, what you're promising, and make sure you can deliver it. You know, I mean, I know it's human nature to just say, yeah, 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 you know, and I find myself doing that too at times where I'm so busy and I have so much to do and I want to make people happy. I really do. And so sometimes I just say, yeah, yes, I'll be there. Yes, I can do that. And then afterwards I go, why did I say I could do that? I can't do that. I'm working that day. How could I be there? You know, so be aware if you find yourself doing that, you know, people pleasing, you know, or just, you know, glossing over the surface, you know, and not stopping and thinking about what you're saying. Like, wait a minute, I just committed myself to something I can't even do. Pay attention to that in May. Very significant. And okay, so then the Venus is going through, and Venus in Aries is in the area of your life that has to do with your ideals, your goals, your friends, your hopes, your wishes, sudden opportunity, the money you receive from the business you own, or the money you receive from the company you work for, or the organization you work for. And so having Venus there is fun. And Aries is a fire sign, and the fire feeds the air, and you're an air sign, and the air feeds the fire, so it's the Mutual Admiration Society, and it's a fun energy for you, so it's lifting you up, it's making you feel good, and it's wonderful. The challenge is she begins to take her tour, and the first stop is to oppose Mars on May 11th, and that's in the area of creative self-expression, your children, self-confidence, romance, creative self-expression. So this is a time where, you know, you're looking at the love you give to others and the love you receive from others. Are they really on board with you? Are you really on board with them? Are you really into what you're saying you're going to do? You're really looking at that. And it is a fun area, though, you know, these areas of life. They are fun. So it is in a fun area. So it doesn't have to be this heavy thing, but it is, you know, it is important that you are, you know, watching what you're promising and making sure what others are promising you is real, too. And then we have the Scorpio full moon on May 14th. Now for you, this is happening in the work life area, your health, your service to the world. Taurus is 12 signs from you, so the sun is in that area. This is a good time for you to rest and recharge your batteries. It's a good time for you to look at your shadow side. We all have a shadow. It's part of human nature. I love that about Scorpio, for reminding us, you know, that we're not these perfect human beings that do everything perfect all the time, that we don't want to deny or disown our shadow. We want to own it, you know. For instance, if you like to gossip, gossiping is a way to make ourselves feel better about ourselves when we're really feeling insecure. So instead of disowning that part of yourself, like I'm insecure and I cover it up by gossiping, say, I do this with yourself. You don't have to, publicly say it, but you can say, hey, I do have that tendency to do it. Why don't I, instead of doing that, use this energy to empower myself so that I have more self-confidence, so that I don't have to get my energy from, hearing about other people's, challenges and problems, that I can actually feel good about myself without having to play that game. And so Scorpio is here to remind you of how you deny or disown your shadow side, because this is untapped power, this is untapped energy. These are aspects of self that are begging for self-expression but are coming out through the shadow. So let's put our arm around our little orphans and bring them home. That creates balance, that creates wholeness. And this is, like I said, happening for you in the work-life balance era. So this is your opportunity to empower yourself so that you have more energy, you are more focused, you are more self-confident, and you're creating the life you want. Now, Venus will square Pluto at the full moon and then conjunct Uranus the next day. So this is about, looking at your values and other people's values and how you're using your money, how your partner is using his or her money. Are you on the same table together? What sort of challenges are going on with you guys with sex and money and shared resources? And, this is an opportunity for you to live from your authentic self. Don't deny or disown the shadow, because then it'll come out through other people or in ways that are not flattering. Put your arms around yourself, embrace everything you like about yourself and everything you don't like. That's how we create wholeness. Okay? None of us are perfect human beings. That's the part of being human. Your perfection lies in your imperfection. It's what makes you beautiful. And so Venus is reminding you, if you want to get to your goals in life, if you want to achieve your goals, you have to create that win-win with others, especially your partners. You have to create that win-win, sharing resources, sharing knowledge, sharing your insight, sharing your time and your energy. Then Mars moves direct on May 19th, and this is awesome because Mars is in your sister sign, Libra. And this is going to pour positive energy into you, and this could bring new romance for you. This could, for those of you that are interested in meeting someone new, this could bring true love. This is the area of true love and romance, creative risk-taking, self-confidence, creative self-expression. With Mars moving forward in this area, pouring positive energy into you, it does uplift you, it empowers you to feel good about yourself. And that really helps, especially with, that Neptune energy where we think things are one way, come to find out they're completely different and nobody told us, and it gets discouraging. You're not here to be discouraged. You're here to be empowered and share that beautiful energy of yours with the world, and your knowledge and your insight and your fun. And you're so much fun to be with. I love my Gemini clients and friends. You guys make me laugh, and you're so intelligent and smart, and you're just so capable. And so I love that Mars is going direct here for you, because it really is going to empower you and uplift you and move you forward. And then the next day your sun goes into Gemini. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Gemini! And the sun is in your sign, and you're going to start feeling better, and especially if you've done that work-life balance thing or the life-work balance thing where you've been working on your health, you've been working on your well-being, you've been working on your shadow, you've been working on empowering yourself, you've been letting go of bad habits so that you can bring in the good habits. Payday's coming, because now the sun is in your sign, and then you have the Gemini new moon on May 28th. Now, I like this new moon. I love when the sun goes into Gemini, because everyone comes out of the house in the Northern Hemisphere, and we all start networking and socializing and having cookouts and parties and street festivals and music, and we're all sharing and having fun with each other, and it's just a wonderful energy. And here's your new moon on May 28th. We've got the sun and the moon coupled in Gemini at 7 degrees 21 minutes on the 28th. And Mars is in harmony with the Gemini new moon. Mars is direct, Mars is in harmony, so Mars is pouring positive energy into you, into what you're doing, into the sun, into the moon, so it's a wonderful new start. And there's Neptune exactly squaring the sun and the moon at 7 degrees 33 minutes, and Neptune is direct. Okay, so pay attention to your inner voice. Pay attention to your gut instincts. It's never what people say, it's always what they do. It's never the talk, it's always the walk. If someone says, I'm going to, give you this money, and they don't, that's who they are. If someone says they're going to do something for you and they don't, that's who they are. Don't believe what people are saying. Only believe their behavior. Only believe what they're doing. Don't walk away from yourself, because there's this tendency, you're feeling good, you got Mars harmonizing with you, you got Mercury in your sign, the sun and the moon are there, you're feeling good, Venus is in Aries, sextiling you, so you're feeling upbeat, and so you're just ignoring the signs, you're ignoring your intuition, you're walking away from yourself because Neptune has you in a movie. Only nobody told you you're in a movie. Nobody told you that you're the star of the movie. And so you think everything's one way, kind of find out it's not that way at all. And that you've been deceived, maybe even fooled. And this can have to do with work. It can have to do with something being promised to you through work. It can have to do with relationships, and so the best strategy with Neptune is don't go by promises. Don't go by what people tell you. Only go by what they do. If you do that, then you'll be fine. Neptune disappoints us because we want to believe in the potential. We want to believe in the promises. Well, don't. That's dangerous with Neptune. It only leads to disappointment. Believe in the behavior. Believe in the action or the inaction. Right? Someone says, I'm coming over, I'll be there at 5, and they don't. That's who they are. Believe in the behavior. Don't believe in the promises. Otherwise, you're going to be led astray. And then you'll be very disappointed because you believed in what they said and you wanted the fantasy to be true, but it wasn't true. So you can avoid all of that by going with what is true for you. Going with what's real, going with what you know to be true. If you do that, then you can use this energy for what its divine purpose is, which is having faith in yourself, having faith in your destiny, having faith in your profession in the world, having faith in yourself, having faith in Source. Even though you don't know where things are going, that's okay. We don't have to know where things are going all the time. We just have to know what our job is. And your job is to show up and be clear with others, be clear with yourself, be truthful, be honest with yourself, be honest with others, and go by their behavior, not by their promises. If you do that, then you'll navigate this just fine. And you will set the intention, because this is your new moon for 2014. It's Neptunian, illusion, delusion, deception, and confusion. But if you go by your truth, then you're using the higher manifestation of what Neptune is really about, which is connecting to Source, connecting to your soul, connecting to your spirituality. That's what it's for. And being creative. This is a wonderful energy to pour into music, to pour into anything you like to do. And we can be creative. We don't have to be painting. I mean, although that's wonderful for those that have that gift. But for those of us that don't, being creative just means like setting your house up in a certain way. Doing things that you're doing from your creative self-expression, you're doing from your true self, your soul self. And that's what May is about. Most of May is in Taurus, your core values, what your true values are. When you use the True Values program and you go to the True Values list and you live your life by your number one value, you determine success for yourself. Like for me, it's to inspire you and to uplift you. So all of my choices are to get me aligned with my life so that I am here to uplift and inspire you. And so whatever your number one value is, you want your life to be orientated around that value so that you are living your best life. And you are feeling empowered and successful no matter what's going on in the world. You're here to be successful. And you can be. I really like this new moon, but I see the warning with it for all of us because Neptune is fantasy land. It's lolly-looly. And we think things are one way, kind of find out, woohoo! It wasn't at all what I thought it was. And you're the star, Gemini, because it's your new moon. So you're the star of this movie. We're all going to be looking at you. What are you going to do with this energy? Venus will enter Taurus at the end of the month as well, so on May 28th. And so this is a wonderful time for you to get clear with what is true for you, what is real for you, your goals, your hopes, wishes, and desires, what you want. For those of you looking for love, this is a strong month for it, especially at the end of May and going into June. This can bring someone to you, someone new, someone wonderful. However, don't get swept up in the fantasy of the potential and ignore the present reality, the present truth. Balance that out, right? You can have, hope and optimism for someone, but you want to balance it with what's going on now and how it affects you now. Jupiter is in the area of your money, continuing to move forward, which can increase money coming to you, money that you earn or money that you get through investments. This is very good, so money looks good. Venus is in another money area, and as she passes past Uranus, and that happens on May 15th, you could see money increase after that as well, or before. And so you have the money planets in your money houses, so money looks really good for you. You are growing spiritually every day, Gemini. You've got Neptune, to me, is God at the top of the chart in the 10th house of career and destiny and what you do in the world. Whether you work or you don't work, you're a unique individual in the world. And so you are expanding spiritually, and everything you go through is to do that, for you to become a self-master and spiritually advance and ascend. And there is some attention that needs to be paid at the Scorpio full moon in the area of health and work. And it's just to remind you to take good care of yourself and to take care of what you're doing, look at who appreciates you. Are you feeling appreciated at work? Are you feeling appreciated by your partner? Are you feeling appreciated by your boss or your business partner? It's important to look at that and what steps you can take to empower yourself so that you are creating self-appreciation, so that you are appreciating yourself whether you get that from others or not. And that will empower you and strengthen you in so many positive ways. So listen to your inner voice and pay attention to your gut instinct. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcast, Gemini. You're so awesome. Thank you for Google Plusing them. I really appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock! And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, or you're interested in a solar return report, year ahead report, it's very easy. You go to my website, the links are here, or you go to my astrology page, you purchase your session. Upon checkout, it takes you to my schedule. You get scheduled, we're off and running, rocking and rolling. So until next time, Gemini, keep looking up.